Well, looks like I'm back. Hello. Hello. It's been really interesting to observe my mind the past couple days and what's going on in there as I have now broken the seal and posted a video. It's been very interesting up in here. I won't lie. Lots of negative self-talk, lots of energies trying to say, stop it, don't do that, turn around. And yet here I am, I'm sitting down once more, and I'm in a total public area. Like, I know it doesn't look like it behind me, but behind the camera, there's a trail right there. So if I feel awkward at any moment, it's because there's somebody right next to me. But I'm gonna do my best to stay in my energy and to really embrace that authentic nature that I'm trying to get through in this video. So something that was coming up for me today that I found quite interesting is the concept of the spiritual ego, as well as clickbait ass titles, and how they kind of go hand in hand. Like, when I was at work today, I was just thinking about how I wanted to sit down and complain about clickbait titles, because they're kind of infuriating, right? Like, what's the purpose of a clickbait title? The purpose of a clickbait title is to manipulate you into clicking the goddamn video, because it triggers the part of your nervous system that sees it almost as a reward, because we're addicted to stress. So we see a clickbait title, nervous system stress, but we're addicted to that sensation. So we're like, click, 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 click. Not into that. And like, as I'm saying that, I'm just what's coming to mind is all these spirituality channels that use clickbait as a way to manipulate you in order to get views. But since what they talk about has a slight resonance of truth, people just are like, oh, that's cool. There's a title that's like, the sun will kill us all. Oh, click that. A title that's like, only 144,000 of us are gonna ascend. Oh, I'll click that. Hope I'm one of them. That's not how it works. And it makes me question the intentions of the people who use clickbait ass titles. What are you doing this for? Why are you manipulating people using fear tactics? But then in the video, you're talking about unity consciousness. That just isn't an integrity for me, and it's not an alignment. And I don't want to say this to even like shit talk or talk down on people who use clickbait ass titles, because again, that person's no better than me, I'm no better than them, we're all part of the same goddamn thing. But it's important for me to not engage in that. Something that I think is going to be even more important as we move through the next couple of years and beyond is being honest. I mean, it's important right now, and that is why I'm making this video. That's why I made the last videos, because I feel like social media, I'm only on YouTube, so I can only really speak to YouTube for the last year or so. It's full of fakies, little fakey-tins. And I'm not willing to contribute to that. No. I spent enough time trying to perform, trying to please, trying to be perfect. Sick of it. I'm just done. D-O-N-E, done. And I know a lot of people in my generation, Gen Z, people with Pluto in the sign of Sagittarius specifically, are gonna be the self-proclaimed gurus, but are acting fully from their ego. You know, they're gonna talk about stuff that kind of sounds like truth. A lot of it is gonna hit in the heart, and you're like, oh, I resonate with that. Well, but they got a clickbait ass title. Or, like, the stuff that they're saying is purely to validate their ego. Purely because they want attention. Purely because they like it when that number goes up. And I get it. Like, I used to be like that. I used to fall into that trap and to equate my worth with the amount of external validation I'm receiving. But no, done. Already spelled it out. Done. So I want to make that a point here, that everything that I will be sharing here on this channel, if I post again, I think I will, but like, you know, everything's subject to change. So if I continue posting, but at least with this video and the last video, what I'm saying comes from a place of heart. At least I hope it does. And that's my intention, because that's another part of the puzzle that I was thinking about today. With spiritual ego and clickbait as titles, it makes me question my own intentions. And I think that's healthy to do to a certain extent. Like, you don't want to question all of your intentions all of the time, but I think with something like this, like coming into a public space and like just talking, like, why do I want that? Is it because I want validation? Is it because I want people to like me? Is it because I want to see the views go up? An old part of me says yeah. But really what's more in alignment is that I want to build community. I want to build community of like-minded people. I also want to put more authentic content on the internet, even if nobody watches it. Just the fact that it's now in the pool of all the content, I feel like it kind of tips the scales towards authenticity and truth, and that's what I'm here to do. So yeah, I go back and forth on that, but know that my true intent is to be completely honest, and I don't want to do any of this with the basis of fueling my ego. So if you're a person who likes to watch a lot of spirituality videos, or you like those clickbait videos, I just invite you to ask what it is you like about them. Hello, bug in my ear. And I invite you to question the people that you listen to. Are they operating truly from a place of love, or are they trying to validate their ego? My legs are falling asleep. But I need to be up a little bit higher for the frame, don't I? Well, this isn't comfortable. Now, I know I even kind of fell into a couple month cycle where I was watching a lot of tarot channelers, mostly like just tarot readers, and it did provide me comfort during those times, but after a couple months it was like I wasn't really listening to myself. So with this video, I encourage you to listen to yourself. You know, I know you're listening to me right now and like, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Like, it actually blows my mind that anybody's clicking this video and listening to it. Not saying that like I'm not worth listening to, but it's just surprising to me. So yeah, like a truly genuine thank you if you're listening to me speak and blab on right now. I appreciate you, and I'm very happy that you're alive. Genuinely, even though I have no idea who you are or what you do or like what your dreams and your ambitions are, if you're here, you resonate at a similar frequency as me, and I know that that's pretty swag. Because again, truth is one of my core values. I want to be as honest as possible and not contribute to deception. There's enough of that. You can look anywhere else and you're gonna see deception. Not here with me. This is the truth, baby. Let's go. This vein in my neck, I promise, I'm not pumped up. Maybe I'm a little pumped up. So yeah, question the intentions of the creators you listen to. Why is it that they are creating content? And when you're listening to them speak, I invite you to not take on their truth as yours. Because the thing about truth is that it's not like one set thing, like this is the truth, and this is the truth for all of us. We all have a different truth. We all have a different truth. And we all live in a different reality, which took me a long time to understand that. But we all have a different concept of reality, which is pretty cool. Because we all have been through different experiences, and we experience reality through our perception, through our lens. And our perception is formed from our experiences. Therefore, we all have a different reality. So it's really funny when people are like, you don't even live in reality. Well, this is my reality. And that's your reality over there. And that's her reality over there. And that's his reality there. We all have different fucking realities. So to say that somebody's not living in reality, no, they're not living in your reality, and they don't like subscribe to what you think is true, but that doesn't negate the truth in their reality. La 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 la. What am I even talking about here? Okay, so I'm talking about spiritual egos. I'm talking about my intent, which is to be as honest as motherfucking possible. And inviting you to question your intent even. Are you feeding into deception? Are you feeding into fear-based stuff? Or are you actually acting in integrity and being truthful and honest? Something that's interesting too, as I observe my thoughts about how I'm feeling about posting videos like this, is it totally is opposite to what I thought I was gonna do. Like, originally when I had this channel in mind that I was gonna make, I thought I was gonna post like yoga videos, teaching yoga, which I still might do. I also really specifically wanted to create yoga videos and then also create the music for those videos, because I also produce music. I don't post it publicly because we're still in the works. But that was another goal of mine, was to produce like a really continuous sound healing audio to go with the video, so it's all very integrated and a beautiful little delicious package of healing for you. I still would love to do that, but right now it's interesting following my heart, and I feel called to just do these low effort videos where I just sit down or walk around nervously like the last one and talk about stuff. Like, I had no set agenda for this video. I had ideas flowing around in my mind, but when I get too focused on an idea, then it turns into like me trying to perform it, or like me trying to deliver it in a perfect way, and it's like, blah, stop. So what I did is I just came to the park with my tripod, with my phone and all that, and was like, well, I'm gonna sit down. If I feel inspired to hit the record button, I'll hit the record button and see what comes out of my mouth. And this is what's come out of my mouth. Interesting how it's totally different than what my mind would have come up with. It's just me being honest, which feels good. And sticking with that theme of honesty, I don't really know if I have much more to say. I don't. It feels really nice outside. Something that I like to do is make sure that I get my bear dogs, my feetsies on the ground as much as possible. And since it's warm out, that means I try to do it daily for at least 20 minutes. You know, I use a grounding mat at home when I'm at my desk. I use a grounding mat when I sleep. And I still like to come out here and get as much grounding in as possible, because I got a lot of air energy in me. A lot of air energy. If you're into astrology, please, I'm begging, let me know what your big three are. You know, like, that's super fun, like, basic surface level astrology, but it can still be fun. I'm a Scorpio sun, Gemini moon, Cancer rising. But then all my other personal planets are in air and fire. Well, fire is less so, more so air. I have a lot of air. But I friggin' love astrology. I love astrology. And I hope that if you're called into this space with me, you also have at least some interest in it, maybe? You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. But it'd be cool if you did, because then we could talk about it. So yeah, let me know what your big three are. That'd be cool. And other than that, I don't really have much else to say. So, thanks for listening to me blab about my disdain, my utter disdain for clickbait titles. Quite annoying. And listening to what my intention is for even speaking to you, and how I don't want to contribute to deception and fear, and instead I want to bring about truth, authenticity, and honesty. Something that I learned recently that really rings true to me is that authenticity vibrates even higher than love, because you could love from a fake place, but you can't be authentic from a fake place. That's literally two opposite ends. You know, you cannot be authentically fake. Like, no. But you can fake love. You can definitely fake love. And a lot of people do. So yeah. Shout out my Aquarius, Mars, conjunct my Aquarius, Neptune. All about authenticity. And I have a Uranus in Aquarius. All about motherfucking authenticity. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, listening to me, and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if another video comes out or not. But for now, enjoy. Bum, bum, bum.